Hello there. In this episode, we will look at some controversies about anime and manga. We will look at authors, studios, anything related to the stuff about anime and
Controversial
manga.
plots as well.
Yes.
And if we cover controversial plots, a spoiler warning is needed.
Hmm.
Because to discuss the controversy, we need to name the controversy, and those can be spoilers for certain series.
Yes.
Do you
So,
want to begin or should I begin?
um, what's your first one? Your first controversy?
Before before we start with my first one, what is a controversy actually?
Um, a controversy is something get that gets really fiery discussed on the internet.
Yes, where's a lot of discourse where people are discussing if it's right or wrong, or if it's something very disgusting that people say you should not be doing.
Mm,
Basically. So either a heated discussion or something utterly disgusting.
yes.
And my first one is a good first one because it's the usage of controversial topics in stories, like rape, sexual assault, and so on, not knowing boundaries, stuff like this.
Mm.
Do you like it when stories do this, or do you find it unnecessary?
Actually, I don't like those things. They are really unnecessary. We don't need those.
I would say yes, but there's obviously certain stories where you can use that to build your story and your character, or that where you can talk about those topics in a good way and put some perspective on them. For
Yes.
example, if you talk about sexual assault and groping in your story, you could shed some light on the topic and say, this is an important topic, this can happen, and you can draw parallels to real life.
Yes, the usage is very important.
Yes. But I don't like it if it's unnecessary. When there's, for example, some grape when the author just wants to draw something perverted or wants to use a shock moment.
Mm. Yeah.
We'll get to shock moments later.
Oh, okay.
So this was my first one, which I had prepared for the introduction. You can go on with your second one if you don't have anything else.
My second one is rather recently because we are in big 25 and AI is on the boom in this day and age. And we will look at animations and AI helping with animations. The big example that's currently airing is definitely One Punch Man. But I
I mean,
have,
there are a lot of recent examples.
yes, but I have also Toei. They want
Yes,
to use more AI, which I am very, very between the lines.
we had a discussion about that a few episodes prior, like 20 or 30 episodes prior, where you were not that on the fence about AI, let's say it like that, and I was scolding you for it. Has
Uh,
your opinion changed?
yeah, I'm somewhat in the middle now. I'm saying like if it helps you, then why shouldn't you go with it? Because it helps a lot of workers. It it gets the episode out earlier or on time. The workers don't overwork themselves. But yes, you shouldn't use it too much, obviously.
The problem is when you're using AI in a creative industry, it isn't a creative industry anymore.
Yes. But if you use
I
it
mean,
for just some help with background drawings or something like this, then I think it's completely fine.
we use AI sometimes for our thumbnail as well when we get transparent pics when there's only the character when we are cutting out the background.
Yes, it saves some time actually.
It's for stuff like this you can do it, but not for whole animations. Or story writing should never use AI. AI to write your story.
Um, I have to say I get inspired by AI sometimes. Um, but I use my own thoughts to create an own idea of those inspirations, I would say. And if it's that's the case, then I'm completely fine with using AI when animating. Yeah, but it shouldn't be too much.
AI is also a topic, by the way, in mangas
Hmm.
because AI is good. For example, the JoJo author Araki said in an interview that the AI can mimic his style perfectly, but it has no soul, and that's why he's against it.
Yes,
And
and
Araki has a very unique and good art style, which is hard to replicate.
yes, connected to this one, I also have from Miyazaki from Studio Ghibli, who also said AI animation is bad. It's you you defile good animators.
Yes, because there's no passion when
Ye-
you just let the machine doing it.
yes. Yes. Uh, I wanted to talk about the AI. That's 3 points off my list already because I have those three points. One Punch Man, Toei, and the Studio Ghibli offer under
Yes.
one bracket. Yes,
I mean, I had AI as well on my list.
okay.
Should
Yes,
we go on?
yes. If you don't have anything else,
Nope. The next one I have is lollies. It's quite obvious why that is controversial. Why it should be controversial.
yes.
And it's also obvious that we don't like lollies. I mean, I don't have anything against child characters, but if a child character is used in or presented in a sexual way, that's dumb. Which is even more dumb but when you have a character who looks like a child and there's the thing where you say, oh, it's a 500-year-old vampire. That's dumb. I don't know which show this does this, which you like.
But Smash.
Monogatari.
Yes, I know. That's why I said Smash. I mean, her adult form. Holy.
But I think it's quite simple why lollies should be controversial and are controversial.
Yes, obviously.
We don't
Mm,
condemn those.
yes. Let's go on to a smaller point there. The rental girlfriend offer, and you know what's coming, right?
We can A, talk about the length of a story, or B, that he dates his own character.
B. Yes. That's quite a controversy.
Yes. But there are some funny memes because of that.
Yes, that's true.
Where MC's getting cucked in the chapel with at his wedding, where Chizuru goes away with Arthur. That's a good one.
Yes. Yeah, but it's quite obvious that it's weird to date your fictional character that you created.
Yes. I mean, you should like your character that you're doing. You make them so that you like them, but there's obviously a limit.
Hmm. And if you post a lot of stuff about you dating your own character that you created and having some fantasies with this said character, yeah, I don't know.
Yes.
There's a
He goes to public places, takes a photo, and then puts her in next to him.
hmm,
That's weird.
very weird, and yeah, it's obvious that there's some controversies about it.
Yes.
Yeah, you can go on with your next one.
Up next, I have two things that I can combine. It's one, groping, and B, old zeitgeist. So how stuff was written like 20 or 30 years ago, where female characters were no characters, they were just there for looks, to be touched, for fan service and stuff. And there were also stories which had problematic synopsises. Do you
Hmm.
know Grand Teacher Onizuka, for example?
I heard about it and I heard about the story.
It's funny, it's a really funny comedy manga, but our MC Onizuka goes to a school, to a high school, to be a teacher, just to get together with the girls there as a
Hmm.
grown man.
Yes.
Well, that is obviously problematic. But the
Yeah.
series is fun to read, besides that. So how would you judge those old series? And gropers who are mostly in older series like Dragon Ball, Roshi, good example.
Um.
And how's it called? How's it called again? I need to check something. You can talk first.
Yes.
For us first.
Um. Yeah. Actually, those characters.
City
Um.
Hunter is the name of the series I was looking for.
Okay.
Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah, those characters. I didn't show them much of um my my thought processes, but nowadays I'm like, no, that's very weird. And that shouldn't be happening. I mean,
Example from nowadays are Meliodas and how's the guy from My Hero called? Mineta again.
I mean, like 5 years ago, I was like, haha, he gets nosebleeds, funny, but now I'm like, uh, bro, it don't.
You're, you're getting old.
Yes, even though I'm just 23.
I mean, it's sometimes still funny, but in the you should know at the top of your head that it's not good.
Mm.
And you shouldn't do that in real life, obviously.
Obviously, yeah. Um, but here's also the doses of it again. Like all those things, you should always look for the dosage of how.
Yes, for example, in Seven Deadly Sins, every action between Meliodas and Elizabeth is basically him groping her
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a creep.
And that's just too much of a dosage. If it's just once or twice, then it can be funny, but still you have
It's
the thought in your heads, but yeah, it shouldn't be.
definitely yes.
Yes. Should I go on?
We can also talk about their characters in this section because, especially in older series, female characters were not written good. Would you say it's nowadays a controversial when you look at the series and all of the female characters are big walking boobas? Or is
Oh.
it just, yeah, it's anime, it's fine, I guess?
Um, I mean, obviously there's the Twitter bubble and they try to cancel everything, so of course there's always a backlash. It doesn't matter what you do, you get hate for it. Um, but I wouldn't say that it's a problem, a problem, but it's not. How do I say it? People aren't liking it that much anymore. I mean, some are okay and nice, but yeah.
Yeah, I would have more problem if you just have big booba woman in your series. That's a stylistic choice. It's a stylistic device, which is okay. Nobody, you shouldn't be. People like it, people don't like it. But where I have a problem is when you have a series and there's no good written female character.
Hmm.
Then I think to myself, bruh, why even write female characters if you can't do it?
Yes. I mean, every show needs to have a female character, I would say. So,
Unless you are BL.
True that. Yeah.
Now you can go on.
Um, Actually, I also had one point connected to AI that I forgot, which is AI dubbings.
Oh yes, right. I heard about it. Amazon did some of those.
Yes, exactly.
We can also put subs in the mix. Crunchyroll is famous for doing that.
ChatGPT said blah blah blah.
Hmm.
I saw it and I was laughing my ass off because how dumb it is. And I mean, it's pretty obvious that they don't want to have that much of a delay with subtitles, but they use your time and we can wait for like 10 minutes or something more to get normal subtitles and not malevolent kitchen or something.
Translators are already underpaid. I mean, for example, manga translators are really underpaid.
Yes.
So, why make their life even harder? They are just doing their job to bring us the things that we like.
Hmm.
So, pay them fair and use the translator so they have a job and can work for their living. Not that
And
hard.
yeah. And dubs are also I heard it actually. I was checking it out and bro, you can definitely easily hear that it's AI. You don't need to be like Gen Z or something. Even a boomer can check that it's AI.
I haven't checked it out, but probably in emotional scenes or in scenes where two characters are doing stuff together.
Not
But
not
this will
not
be
even
rough.
in those scenes. In just normal scenes, you can hear that it's just not a human voice.
That's sad.
And yeah, that's why I wanted to talk about it because why? We have so much good dubbers around the world. For example, we in Germany have some pretty good dubbers. Um, America,
What did you just say, my guy?
I mean,
Can you repeat it loud
n
and clear?
no, no, no.
You are hating the German dub every time. And now you say we have good dubbers. I call that sus.
I mean, Daniel Schlauch, who also got an award. I like his voice as Luffy, but I don't like German in anime. It doesn't fit the vibe. Like, do you know what I mean? It doesn't fit the
No,
vibe.
no, I don't. One of the most known German dubbers besides besides in not besides outside of Germany is the guy who does Katakuri.
Yes.
This guy's a good voice.
Oh yeah. Daddy, holy shit. What was the name of the one German voice actor that has also a daddy voice?
Don't ask me that.
I don't know. Marvin, I don't know, something. I don't know. Um, yes. Do you want to continue on?
Yes. The next one is Berserk. Berserk is a story that uses controversial topics very often, very, very often.
Hmm.
Sometimes good, sometimes you can criticize the usage. For example, one good usage of a controversial topic is when Guts gets sold off by his foster father to some nice guy who grapes him when he was a small child. And then he kills his foster father. And because of that, Guts has a trauma where he can't have physical touch with people. And
Hmm.
this trauma gets solved when he has a romantic relationship with Casca.
And then
I
something
think
bad happens again.
Yes, but I think there the controversial stuff is used very good because you have a trauma and you dive deep into the trauma and use and solve the trauma in a very realistic way.
Mm.
In the Eclipse Heavens, a highly controversial scene. For example, I would say one controversial point about the Eclipse besides the grape is that it looks too hot, if you know what I mean. A scene like this shouldn't look that hot and sexy. It should look disgusting. And with the Eclipse, there are also some controversial opinions. Where people said Griffith did nothing wrong. Yes, understandable opinion not. Or where people are even saying that Casca enjoyed it. Also not understandable.
Yes.
So people can also have controversial opinions to controversial scenes. Who could have thought about that?
Yeah. Me not.
I mean, you haven't read Berserk.
Yes.
Will you read it in the future, by the way?
Good question.
You should not read it on the train. I don't know why.
I know why.
Imagine you read it in the train, you read the
Mm.
clips, and then some child sits right beside you and asks her mother what this is and points at the thing that you're reading. You should not do that.
Mm. Yes. Is your point finished?
Yes.
On to the next thing, which is Ludoni Kenshin. I don't know how it's pronounced, but yes, this motherfucker had some, yeah, yeah, stuff about
CP.
not yeah, not overaged content of minors.
I think the author of Act Age was the same or did something similar.
Ludoni Kenshin.
Rurouni
Um,
Kenshin, is it called?
yes. The author of Nobuhiro. The name is Nobuhiro Watsuki.
I think the manga is pretty good, but well,
Yes.
would you
m-
read such a
me.
story when the person who wrote it is controversial?
Um. No. Um. That was the point why I took it in here because I heard about it, and now I don't want to read it because the author is such a yeah.
Yes. I mean, besides
Um.
anime, there are also discussions about controversial authors. J.K. Rowling is a really prevalent one. So this happens a lot.
mm, yes.
But I would
Um.
also say if a person is a disgusting person, then it will kind of reflect on their story because stories get unique because of a person who writes it.
Mm,
And if you are a person who has mental problems or is doing bad stuff, then maybe it will reflect in your story, maybe not. I don't want to find it out. Even
yes.
though
But
I
I
hear.
have
Oh, sorry.
no. You can continue your point.
I hear there isn't any stuff in Rurouni Kenshin, but it still be at the top of my head, at the back of my head when I read it, and that will make the
Mm,
read not as great as it could be.
yes. But I have one question related to that. Why do you think such cases get so light treatment? Because he only got a high fine, but nothing more than just a fine. I mean, it was quite a sum, but yes, nothing more than just that.
Maybe it's different from country to country. Connected with that, that's something that I heard in another podcast which I listened to. That his manga had an anniversary and a lot of mangakas were there. A lot of famous mangakas. I'm
Mm,
I'm basically every famous mangaka besides a few. Like Togashi Taraki weren't there, for example. So So even though he did this stuff, other mangaka still came to his anniversary, and he still kinda, because of that, respected or connected to the scene.
Hmm. Do you
So
know? Do you think they knew?
yes, I think this anniversary was quite recent.
Okay.
So there wasn't
Hmm.
much of a jury, much judgment by law, and much judgment in society.
Yes. So maybe it was like a Epstein file thingy because or the other some other authors did some things like this too.
Or maybe it isn't just such a big deal in Japan as it should be.
Yes, maybe
I mean,
it
lollies
is.
still exist. We talked about that beforehand.
Hmm.
Who knows? Different country, different culture, I guess.
Or maybe the government is corrupt. Who knows?
Who knows? Who knows?
I don't want to go that deeper into it.
No conspiracy theories.
Yes.
No reptiloids today, I guess.
I don't want to get put in prison in Japan and get tortured like a terrorist.
True, you want to make a semester there, I heard, or you thought about
Yes.
it, so delete the podcast before you go there, so
Yes.
that you are safe.
Because if you get imprisoned in Japan, you get treated like a terrorist. Even if it's just a small crime you committed, and you get interrogated like a terrorist.
I mean but that's why the country is a bit safer because people have fear because of that. But people who do crimes,
Mm.
so you can prevent a bit more crimes with harsher stuff like that.
Yes.
But not the crime of CP, I guess. Quite
Mm.
ironic.
Yeah. And groping. Or what's it called there when you touch accidentally in exclamation marks?
In the train, you
Uh,
mean?
yes. There's
Molesting,
a
I think.
specific no, there's a specific name for it.
The English term would be molesting. Correct
Mm.
one.
But I think the Japanese people have a specific term for that. I don't know. I have to search, but you can go on.
I just know grope and molest. Up next, we have one that we've talked a bit about beforehand. The abuse of mangakas and animators. We talked before about the abuse of translators. Do you know any studios who are famous for this?
For what?
Abusing mangakas and animators.
Like what abusing?
Abusing them. Shitty work hours, treating them like trash.
Oh, you mean like Mappa?
Yes, exactly correct.
Oh, that was also the thing that I wrote down when we talked before the recording. Yeah, the recent Studio Mappa topic that we had with JJK.
Yes. I mean, a lot of other studios do it, but Mappa is probably the worst.
Mm.
I mean, they make good products, but when you have this much stuff coming out every year, there is a limit. Like Mappa gets every hype show, makes them good and makes them good, but the people who are working on those are not treated good. There should be a better balance.
Yes, yes,
So Mappa, don't get so much stuff and finish with stuff that you have, and give the people more time to work on it.
yes. But there are also some good studios. Which one? Studio Kyoto is a good example, I think, right? Kyoto is good.
They were good, yes. They haven't made anything recently because what was it again? A fire burned down their office or something like that.
Mm, yeah,
they are out of commission since a few years, let's say it like that.
Mm.
I mean, I didn't hear anything bad about the UFO table,
Yeah, me neither.
and it makes sense because they don't have that many projects. They just work on one or two at max at the same time.
Mm. And it's a good thing if you don't take too much, as you can see on Mappa.
Yes, they are grinding the employees to dust.
Yes. Is Mappa also produce? No, it's JC Staff that's producing One Punch Man.
Yes. Even though it was rumored at first that Mappa is taking on the project.
Mm. I thought so too, actually.
Yes, but
Yes.
treat your workers like humans, not that hard.
Yep, absolutely.
In general, Japan can do this because the Japanese businessmen press F to pay respect for their work hours and their social
Mm.
lives.
Yes.
If you don't have anything else, you
Ah,
can go on.
okay. Yes, I wanted to ask that. Um, then I have another thing. The Hunter X Hunter offer, is it just laziness or is he really sick?
He's really sick.
Yes, but it's a controversy on the internet. Some argue that he's just lazy.
From what I've heard, he can't even walk or sit.
Yes, but there are a lot of people who argue that he's just lazy.
I mean, it's Hunter x Hunter, but Hunter fans are not my favorite people.
Mm.
They are one of the most toxic fans online.
Yes.
Because every time, ooh, my series is better. Because Nen is the greatest thing ever, yada yada yada. And now they are trying to cope that the series won't be finished. But they cope and say, oh, the author's just lazy, doesn't want to finish it. Another author who's potentially lazy is the Vagabond author. Because he doesn't want to finish Vagabond, one of the most critically exclaimed manga series. But he still can draw and write, he writes real now. So, don't know why. He doesn't want to finish it.
I don't know. Maybe he doesn't want to get treated like JJK when he writes a bad ending or something.
Vagabond is an adaptation from a book. The ending is already written.
Oh, okay.
So, don't know if the ending of a
I
book
don't.
is good, but from what I heard, he's close to the ending but doesn't finish it.
Hmm. I don't know what it could be actually.
I mean, but what you said before with Togashi from Hunter x Hunter, a lot of people don't like it when their favorite goes on hiatus and you don't hear anything if it's going to continue and stuff. And that's why it's controversially discussed, I think. Discussed.
Yes. Some might actually call him a liar, from what I've heard. That he's just lying about his conditions.
I haven't heard it, but those people are probably frauds who do that.
Hmm.
And they're just bad humans. Because from what I know, his condition is real.
I don't know. I am not that deep into it. That's
I mean, he posted on Twitter potential endings for his manga because he is not sure if he can finish it. This would be a
okay.
giga scam if he would have done that, if he would be able to draw.
Hmm. Yes, but you can go on to your next one then.
The next one is an interesting one. It's
Hmm.
censorship. A heavily discussed topic in the anime and manga scene. More so the anime scene than the manga scene. And it's double controversial because when you censor something, then it's potentially a controversial thing. But when you censor too much, it's also controversial. So what's your take on it?
Um, I mean, a lot of anime use like light or something to censor if there's something. Um,
The classical steamy censorship in the
yes.
onsen.
I mean, that's completely fine with me, but if you censor blood to be looking white, then bro, what the fuck? Why China?
It's against the law. Can't show blood.
Yes, but white, bro.
It looks sus.
I mean, you shouldn't censor too much of the author's work.
Or if the work is too controversial, then don't even release it. The best example
Yes.
for this is World Ends Harem, the Crunchyroll version. Do you
Mm,
remember?
yes.
Where you could literally see nothing.
Yeah.
Then just make a straight to DVD version where you can watch it uncensored. And not stream it, because this was unwatchable.
I watched it uncensored directly.
I have a manga at home, so
Will there be a second season someday, maybe?
I don't think so. There's enough content for
Sad.
it.
I mean, the storyline was actually quite interesting.
The concept, yes. I mean, in theory, I could lend the manga to you, but I don't know in which condition it will be returned to me, so. I don't want sticky pages. So I'm passing. Sorry, my guy.
Sad.
You can go on with the next one if you don't have anything else.
Yes, I have one connected to political stuff. Just one thing that I wanted to talk about, which is Attack on Titan. Is it too political? Because obviously it's about World War II, Nazis and stuff. Yeah. Do you think it's too political?
I haven't finished the series, but no, there are way worse ones. Billy Bad, for example. A lot of revisionist history, terrorist stuff. The H-Man is a character in this manga. The KKK clan is in this manga. That's controversial political stuff. There are also, by the way, people saying that One Piece is political. If you make a manga based upon political or historical things, then it's quite interesting, I would say. You obviously shouldn't glorify like stuff like the Nazis and stuff, but you can draw parallels and use it.
Yes.
So
But do you think, yeah, go on.
I think those takes dumb when people say that stories are political just because they take
Hmm.
inspiration from something. I would say if you make a story, write a story to make a political statement, then your story is too political because it's not a story. It's just a political
Yes.
statement.
Hmm.
That's why I don't like Hollywood nowadays.
Yes. What do you think AOT wants to convey fascistic messages or military propaganda?
I mean, I'm not that deep into the series where there are the fascists, so I can comment on that.
Hmm?
Maybe in the
Yeah.
future when I finished it.
Yes. But I have to say, no. No, there aren't any mm, fascistic messages or anything like this. I can enjoy it without thinking about past mistakes from Germany. Yeah, that's what I can say about it. You can go on if you have anything else.
Yes, I have a few. The next one is
Okay.
starting your show with something controversial. Dungeon and Goblin Slayer come to mind. You know which scenes I'm
Mm,
talking about, right?
yes.
And I would say that both of those scenes are unnecessary controversial. The Goblin Slayer one
Mm,
is ass. I don't want to read the story because of that. While I think the author just fumbled. This scene is unnecessary and shows me this guy's writing skills are kinda meh. Because when you want to establish that something is dangerous or scary, then you can do it in other ways than this. If you want to convey that the goblins are scary, then just let them slaughter everything, not grape someone. And in Dandadan we have nearly grape, which is unnecessary and too much. And I can understand when people watch the first episode and drop it because of that. The vibe in that scene is not good.
yeah.
I mean, Dandadan is one of your favorites, so
Mm.
did the scene bug you, or did you find it just, yeah, I guess.
It was something between this.
Yes.
Yeah.
Luckily, it stayed a one-time thing.
Mm, I mean, the aliens are still, they still want Okaruns, yeah, banana, but it never gets that deep into almost, yeah,
I mean, the plot with stealing the banana is not the problem. The nearly raping
yes,
and impregnating stuff is a problem.
yes,
And I don't like it when scenes start with something like this because you can write a good opening without this when you use writing skills. Don't need a shock moment to grab people's attention. Just do it with good writing, good scenes, good characters.
yes. I can only agree with that.
For example, the Dandadan author is capable of using his characters in a good way and writing good scenes. So he could have done it without that.
Yep.
Do you have anything else, or should we go on?
Nope, I don't have any point. Oh, yeah, no, I don't have anything else to add.
Okay. Do you have another controversial point that you want to
Nope.
mention? Okay, then
The last one was my last one.
shocking. I have three left, and to two of them you can also say something. The first one is the two types of Makima fans. I would say we are in the same boat on this. We like Makima as a character, and we like her because she's a good written character. She has charisma, and she's a scary villain, and one of the best villains. And there are the other fans who make woof woof, bark bark. And because of that, Makima's a controversial character.
Yes.
And you need to be careful when talking about people with Makima because when you go to a conversation and say, oh, Makima's one of my favorite villains, then you maybe get clowned on because of those controversial fans and their behavior.
That's true. Mm.
I mean, I hear there were people barking in the cinema in the Reese movie, for example. It's definitely controversial behavior.
Yes.
Should I go on or do you have anything else for Makima?
Um, Okay, when we were talking about Chainsaw Man, I have to bring up the goon man who gooned in the cinema.
Oh yes, true. I remember that guy.
Yes, yes.
And there was a guy
No,
who
I
also
got
peed in the cinema.
yes. Now I got it. Why why do you have to goon in the fucking cinema? Why?
In a movie where there's nothing to go. I mean,
I mean,
it would be disgusting if you would do it in a porn movie, but it would be at least more understandable.
yeah. Why do you goon in a fucking cinema with other people around you who just want to enjoy a fucking movie?
Yes, the same goes for the peeing man who peed on the guy in the front row. Stop that. Be a normal person. Thank you very much.
Just the thought of going to the cinema
But what? But
unknowingly,
but the peeing man
and
wasn't.
then
The peeing man wasn't Demon Slayer, if I remember correctly. By the way.
yes, it was Demon Slayer. And then you can feel water on your head, and you turn around and see someone just peeing on you.
So, if you would go into the cinema with us, this guy would pee at you, and I would goon in the corner. Who do you think is worse?
Definitely the P man. Holy shit. Uh,
Unless the gooning man goons shoot his goon on other people.
uh, I, s- now a real life topic. I saw a video a few days ago where a girl got nutted on at her leg in a store.
Oof,
Like,
that's disgusting.
it's fucking disgusting. But how can people? I don't understand it. Uh, the poor girl was fucking traumatized by the cum on her leg.
Understandably so.
Dude, holy shit. Where did humanity go wrong?
Who knows?
Let's go on to your next point.
Yes. And the next one is another political one, which can link to your previous topic. It's Hamas Piker in One Piece. How do you find it when people use anime or manga to further their political agenda? Hamas Piker, the biggest leftist streamer in quotation marks, disgusting person, terrorist supporter, misogynist, animal abuser, rich capitalist fuck, and he got onto the stream with a literal hoofy terrorist and talked about him. Oh yes, you like One Piece. Oh, that's nice that you like One Piece. I like it too. You look like Luffy from the live action show. And when you combine it with statements that he made on Trash Chase that Luffy's a terrorist as well, this is very rough.
Yes.
Don't use anime to further your mentally ill agenda.
Hmm.
And don't go and then cosplay at Luffy when you're a terrorist supporter. And say that Luffy's a
Yes.
terrorist. That's also not nice.
Hmm. Don't do that.
Same goes for people who are not political thing, but people who are toxic masculine people and say, oh, well, I'm not say, but I've learned that in anime, so I can behave now like an anime character where I'm a toxic man and stuff like that. Or when
Hmm.
I'm groping, I learned that in anime, yada yada yada.
Yeah.
Don't use anime to for bad causes and justify them. Simple as that.
Yeah. So,
I have one last thing.
yeah.
Do you know the Frieren racist debate? This is also dumb as hell.
Uh, uh, because she hates demons, I
Yes,
think.
and some people call her racist because of that.
Bruh, that's just dumb. Holy shit.
I mean, then every Demon Slayer character besides Tanjiro is racist as well. Hated to
Yeah.
break it to you, enjoy a racist show.
Fuck. I'm racist too.
Everyone who hates curses, humanoid curses, racist. Everyone who hates not fiends, people from Chainsaw Man who take over corpses like power, racist. Should we go on
Mm.
with the list? That debate is fucking dumb.
Yes.
Those are anime monsters, not humans.
Mm.
They just disguise as humans.
Yeah.
I can't understand where the debate came from.
Yeah, me neither. Haven't they seen Frieren against Draht?
Yes, or some worse scenes later on. Those are not humans. Those are just anime, supernatural monsters.
Yes. That's dumb. If you call that racism.
And
Yes, are you done?
yes, we have everything controversial discussed now.
hmm.
Anything else to add? Any conclusion?
Um, I mean, in most of the cases, the dosage is the right thing. If you talk about AI, if you talk about um, probes or stuff, but some cases just needs to be shut down or left behind.
Yes, especially if you use controversial topics in your story. The dosage and how you handle it is really important.
Yes. And there will always be a controversy nowadays. Anything you do will get some people mad.
Yes.
Yeah. Mm,
I would just say stay reasonable, don't get triggered, and think reasonable about what you're doing and what you're consuming. But don't
yes.
think too critical and let everything be ruined by 100% political correctness.
Yes.
You can still enjoy controversial shows when you know that it's controversial and that you should not do it in real life. Then you can
Mm,
still enjoy it in a story. Because a story is not real life. Simple as that.
yes. So I think that concludes this episode.
Yes. Do you want to know what we
What?
will do next
Yes.
episode?
Yes, tell me.
Next episode, we will do something simple. We talked a lot about how series get popular, the current mainstream and stuff, yada yada yada. And because of that, we will do the opposite. Hidden gems is the topic of the next series. I would say in the first half, we talk about what is a hidden gem, how a good series will stay hidden, or why certain good series are not popular. And then in the second part, we'll recommend some hidden gems that need more attention. A quite simple episode.
Yes.
Because after
Good
that, we
idea.
have some episodes where we need to work. Because we have watch shows coming, end of year stuff, and preview for next year.
Yeah.
So stay tuned and see you next week.
Till then, have a good one. Bye.
Bye.